Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Guardian's Everyman crossword, and this is being published on Sunday the 5th of January 2025. Now the problem with Everyman is it doesn't have the check and reveal buttons down here, and I don't know why that is, because I don't think there's a prize attached, but because of that I always publish it a week later to avoid any spoilers going on the web, and I can't check at the end that I have got the clues right. Recent times it's been fairly good, it's been quick. Last week was about 15 minutes, so hoping for another one like that. I don't think there's anything more to say other than to crack on. The Fairy King in Borneo Resort. Oberon is the king of the fairies, and that's an anagram. Craving for drink, sun moves eastward in short sleeve top. Tea, something about teas. Advice regarding no-fly zone. Let's change subject. Stay out of it. Keep out. Keep in touch. Keep out. Not hip, not fancy, and boarding. Not hip, not fancy. I think that's an anagram. Not hip, not fancy, not hip, not. Boarding is no hair. Hair, no. I don't know. Peacekeepers, a UN normally. Right. Release from enclosure. Unpen, I think, yeah. Favourite is pet, Oxford, could be a shoe. Petunia with a flower. Oxford Uni, A. Yep. House spoon introduced Hancock to Starmer. A little fairy creature. I'm skipping the spinnerism. Guilty, this is the beginning one, isn't it? I got GNESI. Genesis. Okay, in the beginning. Very good. Word for word. Whoa, word for word is verbatim. No, it doesn't fit verbatim. Word for word. What is a word for word? Term. Step 1, to be embraced by celebrity. So 1, stare. There we are, stare. Hubby explains what happens after teams change ends. Hubby explaining after teams change ends. Sides. What happens after teams change ends? Interesting. Ink in sketch representing where to find washers. Ink in sketch. Is that an anagram? Ink in is 5, sketch is 6. That's 11 letters. Where to find washers. I'll come back to that when I've got some clue thingies if I get any more checkers. Cuts some sweet chestnuts. Some is normally a etch. There we are. Etches. Hidden word indicator. According to Cockney, let's just go down a little bit. According to Cockney, Caribbean countries have decent innings. West Indies, Windies, Indies, decent-ish innings. I'll come to that when I get some things. Okay, got some good stuff in there. Dirty Money's source concerning fraud in sports equipment. Badminton racket, I think that is. Having seen something, I can see the word racket. I think badminton. Bad mint on racket. Burmese city is Rangoon, isn't it? Developed ladders. Is that? Tell me more. Ran, go on. Ladders? Ran, yeah, ladders are set of tights. Bedtime booze coming. Drop of tequila, tops. Bedtime booze is nightcaps. Biff. I'm going to have to go back and see why these are if they're correct. Infant happy to count. Toss up. Saw that in the Times a couple of days ago, or yesterday. Similar clue. Decorate cake. Younger Scout getting lemonade finally. Is that No. What keeps it cool? Decorate cake. Ice. Younger Scout is a cub, so it must be Ice Cube, mustn't it? Getting lemonade finally, yeah. Keep thick jeans out for cold weather clothing. Keeps thick jeans out. That must be an anagram. Keeps thick jeans. So probably rhymes with badminton racket. Some kind of jacket, I would think. Yeah, there's a jacket in there. Badminton racket. Keeps thick. Sheepskin jacket. I think looks like it might fit. Sheepskin. I might have to check that later. Desist from throwing up cooked vegetables. Desist. Stop. cooking vegetables. Sorry, cooking. Stop. Okay, what's this? Thin on top. Thin on top. This one. Advice regarding don't go there. I suppose that is advice. Let's change subject. Don't go there. Fair enough. Gosh, craving for drink. Sun moves eastward in shorts. It's like do t-shirts, isn't it? Tees. Craving for drink. Sun moves eastward. Don't think. Moves eastward makes me think it might be a hidden word backwards. I'm going to come back to that. Keep ripping through. Oh gosh, not doing that. Bean containers rejected in a mood. Bean containers. A can. Bean containers. Okay. Bean containers. Rejected in a mood. Mechanics nasty accident. That looks like it's an anagram of mechanics, isn't it? Mech. Han. X. Which would be a accident. I'm going to keep going, try and get some more. Shocked exclamation. G, venomous reptile. G is G. Venomous reptile. Shocked. Gosh. What's that gosh? Is that gosh? G, osh. Venomous reptile. It doesn't feel like that should be gosh. I would think it's gosh, but I can't quite figure out why. What the competent come up to score. Yeah, so you come up to scratch. What a patient needs is occasional sipping. What a patient needs is occasional sipping. What a patient needs is time. Patient. Okay. Everyone's standing up with loud resentment, very loud resentment. So everyone's standing up. Very loud is FF. Me. Huff. No. I'm. Is. Everyman is. So very loud is FF normally. This. Okay. Dance players limits discovered in Rochester. So that's the Ocky, isn't it? Going to be Ockies. Yep. In Rochester, hidden word. Who have I gone? Okay. Let's have a look down here. So like kitchen. Yeah, kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink, I suppose. Where to find washers? Very good. At the kitchen sink. Hubby. Explaining what happens after teams change ends. Other half. It's the other half, yeah, of course. There's my FF. Very loud resentment. I think it's FF. I'm. Me. Hef. Okay. Word for word. Still not sure what patient is. According to Caribbean country. Oh, God. According to Caribbean country have decent-ish innings. According to Cockney Caribbean country, decent-ish innings is a good knock. Caribbean countries. I'll come back to that in a minute when I've stared at some of these other clues. Let's look at this one down. 14. Mechanic. Yeah, I've got that to anagram, haven't I? Mechanics. I hope. Catechism. What is that? Accident is only 8 letters. I think it's anagram mechanics, but what it is, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm going to have to go into the Spoonerism. How Spoonerism introduces Tony Hancock to Keir Starmer, a furry little creature. So introducing Hancock to Starmer. So here's Keir here. Hancock Um, wow, I'm absolutely stymied now. 10 down. Bean containers rejected in a mood. A mood, I think. A can. A knack doesn't really work. Let's have a look at this one up here. Craving. Oh, managed to pull that down. Craving for drink. Craving for drink is a sun that moves eastward. SON in short sleeve top. Short sleeved top, is that just the S of top? SS? Craving. Thirst. I think it's thirst, isn't it? Fits in there. I'm just not sure why it fits in there. Oh, shirt, yeah. Thirst. So the S in t-shirt moves. Yes, okay. T-shirt, that's all it is. Okay, moves eastward, yeah. So t-shirt becomes thirst. Fair enough. That one I can't figure out. That, shocked exclamation, G, venomous reptile. I would have thought it was gosh, but I can't understand why that's gosh. And that will annoy me if I can't figure it out. So G, osh. Okay. So this feels like this one was everyman standing up with very loud resentment. Resentment is kind of huff, tiff. Up, standing up, PU, puff. Can't see that as being everyman's though. Word for word. I can't think of anything to go in there. This one, what a patient needs is occasional sipping. I think that's an ing then, isn't it? Let's put a G in there for a minute and have a look at this one again. According to Cockney, having decent-ish innings. 80? Yes, 80. So Haiti, said in a Cockney accent, is 80. 80. And, you know, it's not a bad innings. You get to 80, you don't make a century, but it's a pretty good one. It's a decent-ish one. So we've got another bit on the mechanic that I can't mischance, thank goodness. Let's try and fill it in backwards. Mischance. How Spooner introduces Hancock to Starmer. Meerkat, I suppose. Meerkat, Keir Matt. Oh, that Hancock. Matt Hancock, okay. Encounters. Rejected in a mood. Bean containers. Not would be the word I'm looking to put in there, but I don't think it is. Word for word. What patient needs is occasional sipping. Lapping. Nursing. What's that nursing? A patient needs nursing. Is that an N? Can't think what that'll be though. Okay, I've probably reached the point where I'm going to just pause the video and think to myself for a while, so if you'll hold with me. Okay, well I haven't been away for long, but I just remembered that obviously a word for another word is a synonym, so that does mean that will be nursing. Synonym. So that must be miff, mustn't it? If you're miffed, you like that. So it just leaves these last couple of clues that I can't think what that'll be, other than gosh. Bean containers, rejected in a mood. Could be a G at the start as well. A mood. A. Bean containers. There's not much of it there. Let's go through quickly. Oh, unpen. M. A. Really isn't a lot that'll fit there actually. G, yes. K, yes. N. I was thinking not earlier, but I can't think why that'd be. Tank. Bean. Tank. Nat. Canat. Knit was another word. Tink. Okay. L. No. Okay, so I've got these two. I think that's gosh down there. This one I'm really struggling on, so I'm going to go back on pause and have a think. Okay, as you can see, I've put tins in here. I think bin containers are tins, so put that backwards. It becomes snit. Snit is not a word I know for a mood, but it does sound like the kind of thing. Snit, miff, stop. And I think that has to be gosh, but again, I can't really see why that would be gosh. Shocked exclamation G. Venomous reptile. Asp, gasp, gasp. Okay, gasp. So that makes sense. Just that one there then I'm not really sure about. I may have to look that up in a minute, but I'm going to just pause while I go and look at it. Hello. Right, I'm back. I've just googled snit and mood, and apparently a snit is a bad temper. Not a phrase I'm familiar with. Right, I'll go through the clues just to confirm what everything is. So in one of the Shakespeare plays, I think it's Midsummer Night's Dream, Oberon is the king of the fairies, and Oberon is an anagram of Borneo, as indicated by resort. Craving for a drink is thirst. We've got a t-shirt is a short sleeve top, so if we move the S of t-shirt to the east, we get thirst. Advice regarding a no-fly zone, and let's change subject. So it's kind of a strange, a double definition really. You don't want to go there. Don't go there. It's what so if you're talking about something, if you're talking to someone and they start talking about something you don't want to talk about, you say, look, don't go there. And obviously in a no-fly zone, you don't want to go there. Thin on top, I think, is an anagram of not hip. Not fancies the anagram indicator, and if you're thin on top, then you're balding. Peacekeepers are the UN, as in United Nations peacekeepers, and if you write something, you pen it, and if you release something from an enclosure, well, you've unpenned it. A favourite, the pet. Oxford, perhaps. So Oxford is an example of a university, a uni, and put an A on the end gives you petunia, a flower. How Spooner introduces, so Spoonerisms is where you swap the sound of the first two words. So we've got Matt Hancock and Keir Starmer. So Matt Hancock to Starmer would be Matt Keir. Spooner it would be Cat Mere or Meerkat. I don't quite know what's going on. Anyway, it's Meerkat, which is a furry little creature. Meerkat, Keir Matt. I've got them wrong. So strangely, actually, that's probably the way around. Anyway, we've got the traditional, should we say, trademark, I think is the word I look for, Everyman clue of using the beginning letters, big acrostic. So we've got guilty, Eve, naughtily eats, satisfying, insidious, serpent. And of course that happens in the first book of the Bible, the Genesis, which is in the beginning. A word for a word is a synonym. Fair enough, use those in crosswords all the time. I kind of knew that's what they wanted, but couldn't quite think of it. A step could be a stare, and one is an eye to be embraced by a celebrity, which is a star. Let's have a look on then. So I'll be explaining what happens after teams change ends. So it's the other half, and obviously a hubby. So I suppose hubby is actually the definition here, which is your other half. And explaining what happens after team exchange ends is to say, well, it's the other half. Ink in sketch, I think, is an anagram of kitchen sink, and representing is your anagram indicator, and you would find washers at the kitchen sink. Cuts is definition, which is etches, and some is a good hidden word indicator. And in sweet chestnuts, you've got etches. And then finally on the crosses, should I say, we've got a bit of Cockneyism, so drop your H's. A decent innings in cricket. Well, if you can make a century, you've done very well. So a decent score of 80 would be decent-ish innings. And if a Cockney would say Haiti, they might say 80. That is a perfect Cockney accent, I think. I think we can all agree. I've been watching Mary Poppins over the weekend, and Dick Van Dyke has taught me all I need to know. So there we go. On to the downs. Okay, dirty money is bad mint. Bad mint's sauce. Okay, sorry, dirty is bad. Money sauce is the mint. Concerning is on. We're talking about that matter, talking on that matter, and a fraud is a racket, and sports equipment is a badminton racket. And again, one of the trademark clues, so that rhymes with what's coming over here, which is the sheepskin jacket, I think. Badminton racket, sheepskin jacket. Burmese city is Rangoon. Developed ladders. So if your tights or stockings developed ladders, they've ran. So developed is in the past tense, so run becomes ran. And tell me more is go on. Bedtime booze. I didn't work this out as I was doing it right. Bedtime booze is nightcaps. Coming is nigh. Drop of tequila is tea, and tops is caps. Okay. Infant is a tot, and happy. So if you're happy, you're up, and if you count, you tot up. I'm trying to think what I saw in the Times yesterday for that clue. Something to do with counting or adding. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay. If you decorate a cake, you ice it. A young scout. I was a Cub Scout many years ago, in the age of 10-ish. Cub Scouts. And lemonade finally. So take the E, the final letter of lemonade, to get ice cube. And ice cubes keep lemonade cool. We've got an anagram of keeps thick jeans. Out is the anagram indicator, and cold weather clothing could be a sheepskin jacket. Desist is to stop, and throwing up cooking vessels, so put pots upwards. Cooking vessels are pots. Bean containers are tins. You get a can of beans, you get a tin of beans. And apparently a bad mood, so that goes upwards to get to a bad mood, which is a snit. Mechanics is an anagram of mischance, and nasty is the anagram indicator, and an accident is mischance. Shocked exclamation is gasp, G for G, and then a venomous reptile is an asp. What have we got next? Down here a little bit more. Okay, we've got what the competent come up to. What the competent come up to score. Yeah, what the competent come up to is scratch. So in golf, if you're a scratch golfer, you are considered very competent. And if you score on something, if you draw a line on it, you scratch it. So there's double definition there. But also scratch is kind of a scoring. You might be said to score. Well, you play to scratch. You don't quite score scratch. But there you go. What a patient needs is nursing, occasional sipping. I don't really know what's going on there. Nursing. What patient needs is patients need to be nursed, so they need nursing. Occasional sipping. Nursing. I guess that's when you say someone's nursing a hot drink, they're just sipping at it. I didn't know that if that's the case. Fair enough. Everyman standing up. So this is the other trademark clue from Everyman. Puts himself in there. So I'm. It's not always I'm. It could be I. But anyway, it's I'm standing up. So put MI, and then very loud is FF. And if you're miffed, you're a bit resentful. And darts players limits. So the dart players step up to the oche, which is a line. I think it's about 7'6" away from the dartboard. They can't cross that. Obviously, actually, it depends if men and women have slightly different distances. It's about 7'6", I think 7'9" away, and they have to throw from behind that line. Anyway, discovered is saying it's a hidden word in Rochester. Ockies, so we had darts players limits, so it's in a plural. Ockies. So there we go, all done. Yeah, another good fun puzzle there from Everyman. Really hitting the stride this year. So thanks for watching.